Welcome to another exciting episode of Bowhunt or Die. I'm Todd Graff. As always, Justin Czar is here by my side. Justin, one thing's for certain, I gotta tell you, I like watching these turkeys hit the ground a lot better than people picking up shed antlers.
Yeah, looking for sheds is fun when you're finding them, but I will admit, watching people walk around the woods isn't the most exciting thing in the world, so it's nice that guys are getting out with their bows and actually shooting some stuff. You know, speaking of which, Todd, we have a lot of turkey hunting action coming up both in this episode as well as the next couple of episodes.
Right. Well, and I know, Justin, one thing for sure we want to remind people too is, generally right around Mother's Day weekend, I know even before that, depending upon where you live, of course, morel mushrooms. People are finding them like crazy.
You're right, Todd, but if you guys are out looking for mushrooms, remember, respect those property lines, right. No trespassing. It would be nice, Todd, if none of our episodes from here moving forward this season had to deal with any more people trespassing on our property.
I agree. Well, with that being said, Justin, I know we're going to join Tyler Rector out in the field as he finally is starting to put an end to the bad deer season he has had, and he finally gets a turkey on the ground.
Here we go. It's second day here in Illinois, first season. We're hunting in the timber. We got a Jake and some hens off to my left. We got a couple toms behind me here. I think strutting in the field because they're gobbling every so often. Two hens and a Jake decoy out there. One of them is called Miley Cyrus and the other one's Robin Thicke. Doing a little twerking out there, so hopefully they twerk me in a big tom. See what happens, and hopefully we'll do some shooting with this new monster chill before too long. I'm getting antsy to kill something with it. We got a Jake, or a really sick-sounding tom. Down here at this bottom, he's been down there all morning. He just started gobbling at me again. So it could be a tom, because I think he's by himself, but his gobble don't sound like one, so I think he's slowly coming this way. It's cold, I'm telling you. This bird was roosted down here in this bottom this morning, and I gave him his fair chance to leave. He came in, tore up my decoy. I've been calling to him for like over an hour. It's just a Jake, but actually those are the best eating, so our turkey population hasn't been what it used to be, and last year I didn't even kill a bird in Illinois. So, I kind of looked at it as, if he doesn't leave after 20 minutes of strutting at 5 yards, then I'm going to try a headshot on him.
First time out this year. Called this Jake in from this big bottom over here, a couple hundred yards away. He was roosting on the backside of this ridge, probably about 300 yards this morning. Was just getting ready to pack up and actually head home to go to work. It's about 8 o'clock, and he lit up again and just started going nuts down here in this bottom. So I started calling to him, and he just slowly worked his way up here, strutted 5 yards from the blind, came in, broke my Jake decoy stake first right off the get-go, right in front of the Epic cam I had rolling. At first I wasn't going to shoot him, but started thinking about my season last year and the year before in Illinois, and it's pretty hard to get one with a bow on farms you don't normally have a bunch of turkeys on. So fortunate enough to get one for the freezer anyway, and now I can concentrate on hopefully shooting big tom. So wish me luck. Good luck to you guys bow hunting, and hopefully you guys have good success. Bow hunt or die.
Well, Todd, that was a great hunt. You know, one thing I will give Tyler a ton of credit for is when it comes to filming and filming himself, the guy goes all out. I mean, he had, I think, 3, maybe 4 different camera angles on that hunt. He had Epic cameras set up all over the place, inside the blind, outside the blind, which, you know, to me really makes for a much more exciting hunt.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, good job to Tyler. I mean, that was a pretty cool hunt.
Yeah, it kills me when I see Tyler doing that because I just realize how much more I need to step up my game. I mean,
I know these guys make us look bad, right?
I know. I'm telling you. I'm like, I watched that hunt and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to. I'm going to get kicked off the team, I think.
You got to buy more cameras and get out there and actually turkey hunt.
In
In your case.
Turkey hunting has not been my specialty this year. I've decided that I've shot so many deer in the past, I'm going to let the turkeys live this year.
Oh, well, that's mighty nice.
Isn't that
of you,
nice of
Todd.
me?
You're a true conservationist. So next up, Todd, we're going to join Dean up in Wisconsin, the man, the turkey slayer himself, on another successful turkey hunt. Imagine that. So let's check it out.
Well, here we are. It's early April and the snow is finally gone. It's still a little cold, but just picked up the kids from school here about half hour ago, and we're going to take a little walk and see if we can find any antlers. So stick with us, and with any luck, we're going to find some bone. Okay, we've only been walking for about maybe 5-10 minutes, and we ran into our first casualty here. Looks like a doe. Kind of expect to see this because it's been a pretty rough winter, and with all the ice and snow that we had, that I guess it doesn't surprise me, but here she is. All right, we're walking, just came out of the woods here and walking the edge of the field, and we look up ahead and here's our first antler. I'm gonna let one of the kids pick it up, so. Hold it up. All right, we just got back to the truck, so we took a walk here after work and after school for the kids, and about an hour, I guess we walked, maybe an hour and a half, and we didn't get busted. We found one shed, one little guy, 1.5 years old, so it was something. Got our exercise and had a little bit of fun, so hopefully it warms up here pretty quick because we'll be turkey hunting in about 2 to 3 weeks, so next time you see us, we'll probably be in the turkey blind. See you then. Doing one of the most important things when it comes to hunting, and that is scouting. So I'm sitting here in the truck and watching a long ways away where the turkeys are roosted and seeing where they're coming out of the woods there and seeing what they're doing. So I think one of the most important things you can do when you're hunting turkeys, kind of like deer, is to do your scouting and sit back and watch and see what they're actually doing. So I know where to set the blind up in about 4 days. Just putting my time in, and hopefully it pays off in a few days here. All right, well, I got a little bit of a late start today. It's like the 3rd day into my season here. I went to work yesterday, and today the kids at school had dads and donuts, so all the fathers can come to school in the morning and sit around and talk with the kids and have a donut and before they start their school day. So I slept in this morning, went to school with the kids, and now I'm just packing up the truck here and I'm gonna get out. So with any luck, hopefully the birds are not in the field and I can sneak out there, pop a blind up, throw the decoy out, and see what happens. I got the whole day off, so I'm gonna put some time in, and with any luck, maybe we'll have something come in. So stick with me, and with any luck, we're gonna put a bird on the ground today. Bow hunt or die.
All right, it is about 10:45, and it took me a little bit longer than I wanted to get set up here this morning. And the landowner and I came up and looked in the field here, and my fear was that the turkeys would be out in the field, and they were. There was one lone tom, and then probably 100 yards behind him there was 6 or 7 hens and another tom. They worked themselves to the north, so we had to hold back and wait. And they went into the woods. So the landowner Kyle and I came up here. He helped me carry my stuff in, put up the blind, put my strut and decoy out. Then you look, we're gonna have some action. So stick with me and see what happens. That was exciting, that's for sure. I couldn't believe that. I was sitting on a chair here. I've been here for a couple hours, and it's like 1 o'clock, I think. Yep, 1 o'clock, and didn't see a bird. These birds didn't gobble or nothing. I looked out and there was 2 birds 20 yards away strutting, going right to the decoy. I had to jump off the chair, turn the camera on, turn the small cameras on, get the bow ready, draw it back, and they were definitely zoned in on that decoy. I waited for that one to come around, and what can I say? Again, the new Matthews Creed XS this year, and with that gobbler get our new archery products, 20 feet, there he lays. Tag him and take him home. Bow hunt or die. There's his buddy. He doesn't want to leave.
All right, what a great day it's been. You know, I didn't go out hunting this morning, and like I said earlier, you know, went with the kids to school for Dads and Donuts, and they had asked me to go along, so I did, you know, and enjoyed that, and went out for a midday hunt. And it just goes to show all you other hunters out there, you know, a lot of times people think turkey hunting's just in the morning, which, yeah, it is usually good in the morning, but if you know what they've been doing during the day, put your scouting in during pre-season and get out there, you know. I had off today, so rather than sitting home and doing nothing, I figured might as well put the blind and decoy out and see what happens. So it's a great hunt, one I'll surely remember, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Bow hunt or die.
Well, Justin, when it comes to turkey hunting, I know one thing's a fact. If you want to get turkey hunting information, don't ask me. Don't ask Justin.
Definitely don't ask me.
What you're going to want to do is ask Dean, because this now has been his 10th turkey that he has successfully harvested as being a part of the Bow Hunt or Die team. So if you're
All self-filmed too.
and filmed.
Think about that.
And
Self-filmed.
Self-filmed. So I mean, this guy has got, I don't want to get myself in trouble here now, I'm going to have to make an award or something for him, but that is definitely an accomplishment. So Dean, congratulations. But if you have any turkey questions, I know that he does regularly visit our forum.
Yep.
So if you ever have any turkey questions, that is definitely the guy to ask.
Well, I know a lot of guys on our team actually go to Dean for advice on how to set up the blind, how to set up the camera, and kind of how he does things, because he always seems to get the job done.
I think I just want to go hunting with him next year. I don't know what I'm doing.
Fair enough. I understand. Don't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
hunt with
doing.
me.
Dean, this is my, if you want to take me hunting next year, I'm in.
I'm sure he'd love that, Todd. Everyone would love to spend some time in the blind with you.
Well, thanks, Justin. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and join Trevor and his girlfriend Alyssa as they go out and have a great hunt together.
Well, it's the evening before Wisconsin's first turkey season,
we just watched a couple toms go up into their normal roosting area, and we got a bunch of deer hanging out too. So with any luck, we'll have a pretty good morning like last year.
Well, the first morning was uneventful for us. We didn't see any birds, but we definitely heard them off the roost. So the second morning, we didn't get a chance to do an interview because it kind of happened really quick. We didn't have enough camera light inside the blind, and it was overcast, and the birds came right down to the field. They came out and they fed off to our left, so we didn't get a whole lot of the footage that we wanted to get because of the way the cameraman was positioned. What we did was we remained patient. We had the stick and pick out right in front of us, and it actually a hen come out right to the right of the stick and pick and crossed right in front, and that actually kind of lured those toms in. Well, we are out of the blind now, and I've got the decoys about 10-12 yards away, and that's where that bird was at, obviously right over the decoys. And when we replayed the footage, it looked like it could possibly be a marginal shot forward, maybe just right in that breast area. It's deceiving when they're all strutted out or like half strut like that one was, but with a little bit of luck, hopefully our NAP Spitfires did the trick. We're gonna buzz right up and try to find the arrow, and then hopefully follow a little trail, because seeing the other birds work up the field, but I didn't see that one. Hoping it's just right in this brush right here. So let's come along, we'll see. We've got a lot of feathers around those decoys. There's some blood right here, man. There's some blood right there. Arrows up here. That's what I figured. You know, it might not be a great shot. I've got some blood on the fletchings there. Whited knock is running. Thanks to Carbon Express. It's right there. It's right there. Awesome. Beautiful bird, probably a 2-year-old. I mean, guys, I really enjoy turkey hunting, and I enjoy taking others turkey hunting too. And last week I had a 10-year-old out, and he was able to harvest his first bird. No words can describe what it's like when you get to help share that experience with that 10-year-old. He's got a forever friend out of it for me. He's got a great bird, and I mean, just like this, he's gonna eat really well. Maybe try to get some on the grill here in the next couple days. So I love it. Bow hunt or die.
Good morning, guys. It's April 25th here in Wisconsin. It's second season, turkey season. Got my jewel already, hoping to get my first bird with a bow. Got out here this morning, a little late start. Had to close the bar last night at work, so didn't really want to get up this morning, but we got out here and there's gobbles all around us. Not sure how far out they are, but hopefully within the next hour or so we can get something to come into us, so stay tuned. Bow hunt or die.
guys have no idea how stoked I am for her first bird with a bow. And now we have to wait for it.
Well guys, so sorry there wasn't much of a recovery. We kind of sat around for a while trying to come up with a game plan as to what we were going to do, and finally we decided we were just going to get up, stalk it, see what we could do, put an extra shot in if need be. So we came down to where we thought he was. He was actually bedded down probably about 20 yards past where we thought he actually was. Kicked him up, scared the living daylights out of me. He took off, running, half flying, and so we took off after him, and here he is.
April 25th, you have your first turkey with a bow.
With a bow, yes. I'm 3 for 3 with turkeys, 2 with shotguns, now my bow. So hopefully I can keep the streak going in years to come, maybe later season also here in Wisconsin.
And continuing on with that, all 3 of her birds are still bigger than my biggest bird.
I've got all the luck apparently. Maybe this fall I'll have luck with deer too, so we'll have to see.
We can only hope. Good luck to everybody else out there. Hope it's a great season for you, a safe season. So, hey, bow hunt or die.
Well, Todd, that was a great pair of hunts from Trevor and Alyssa up in Wisconsin. You know, starting with Trevor's hunt, he was actually out with his buddy Josh, who was filming for him. And, you know, the cool thing about Trevor is, you know, he's super into photography and videography. So is Josh, you know, the guy he was filming with, and they did an awesome job. They filmed everything with the SLRs, which you're seeing a lot more guys out there doing. And it is truly, you know, does make a difference in the quality of the footage. Sure. Yeah, it's definitely more difficult, so my hat's off to them. And then you got Alyssa, man. I mean, first animal with a bow.
Yes, Justin, and I mean, I did talk to her, and I mean, she was absolutely excited that she got her turkey, and I mean, at first it didn't look like they made the best of shot, but they ended up finding it no problem, and how exciting is that? I mean, your first animal with the bow, I mean, it's been a long time since I can remember that, but to this day, I still clearly remember it. Matter of fact, I was so excited when I shot my first deer that I literally walked right by it to go get my dad for help, and here I come back, I'm like, I know it should be right here, and sure enough, I walked right by it within like 2 feet, so that excitement is the greatest. So.
Yeah, they did a great job together. Great pair of hunts up there in Wisconsin. So Todd, that's all the hunting action we've got for this show. Before we go, of course, we want to thank the people who sent in their trophy photos for this episode. Terry Rom.
Jake Kitchen.
Austin Kohler.
The Novaks.
Hey, congratulations, everybody. Those are some great trophies. Remember, if you want to see yourself right here in an episode of Bow Hunt or Die, all you got to do is log on to bowhunting.com, click on the Submit Your Trophy button, and we may feature your photo in the next episode. So, Todd, that's it for this week's show. We're going to wrap things up. What do you got going on?
Well, I mean, for me, food plots. Guys, now, and even before now is the time to think about, we finally have had the weather snap change here. So remember, for those of you that are planting sorghum, you know, that ground temperature is critical, that it's warm. So you know what, personally, I don't like to plant my sorghum until the ground temperature is at least 58, 60 degrees. So a little tip for you guys who like to plant sorghum. But you definitely want to start prepping all your plots for sure. It's been a lot colder this year, so I haven't had a lot of weed growth in a lot of my food plots, but now is the time when you want to start applying that Roundup and start figuring out what you're going to plant where, because I tell you what, we're weeks away to start getting that stuff going.
Oh, I mean, it's crazy. We're already in almost the middle part of May. But, you know, with what you said, I mean, I definitely have sprayed a couple of my food plots, and I'm not planning on, you know, planting them until probably August. But, you know, in the area that I'm at, it's kind of off the beaten path. I can't get any equipment back there, so we got to do everything by hand. Right. So my goal is to keep everything sprayed down, killed off as much as possible. That way, when it comes time to plant, it's going to make my job a little bit easier. So I'm, you know, preparing now for something I may not do for 4 months from now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, keeping those plots clean it does make it a lot easier. So definitely, if you're not planning on doing any kind of, you know, summer type plot, keep them clean, so that way when you go into the fall, it's just a lot less work for you to do for sure.
Yeah.
But,
the other, I guess, helpful tip, and something that the guys have been talking about on our forum a lot lately, is just getting stands hung early in the year. You know, before it's super hot out, before, you know, the weeds are super high and the woods is really, really thick. You know, you can get out now. If you know where you want to hang your stands, you can hang them rough trim them. You don't have to finalize everything. You can go back in, say, September, finish trimming those up. But it's a lot easier to do it now than it is when it's 100 degrees in July and August. So I know I'm making an effort now to get out and hang some of my stands.
Yeah, and just, taking that one step further, Justin, I mean, just think about, the scent control difference. I mean, you go out and you start trying to hang stands when it's 80 and 90 degrees out, you're leaving just that much more, scent there for those deer to be like, whoa, what just happened here? So, get the job done early. It's easier to do it right now. Plus, you're going to guarantee when you come back in the fall that those lanes are going to be perfect for you. One other thing you want to think about, too, is trail cameras. You know what? What a great time to get trail cameras out now and leave them alone. Set them up, leave them alone, and don't feel like you have to rush back because there's not much to see right now. But wait 2 or 3 months, then go back and keep the amount of times going in a little bit less. Don't educate those deer, and it's going to give you a better chance this fall.
Yeah, my one piece of advice, and then we'll let you guys go, if you're going to put trail cameras out now, because this is where I've failed in the past, you want to accommodate for that growth that you're going to get from that grass and those weeds.
Great information.
There's been times where I've put cameras out in the spring and I come back in July and the weeds have grown up so high in front of the camera it's not even getting any photos. What I'm doing is I'm using my screw-in stick and pick mounts. I'm putting my cameras up eye level, if not a little bit higher, facing down over the areas that I want to cover, and that way I don't have to worry about anything growing in front of them. So.
Plus, if you do that, then like a lot of times Justin will bring his pictures in here. It's just these weeds sticking up here. He thinks they're bucks, and he's like, Todd, look at this buck, and it's just grass.
Todd's a comedian now, everybody. Amazing.
Well,
that's all we got for this week's show. We'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. We got a lot more turkey action coming. I think we got 6, 7 more turkey hunts coming up, so stay tuned. 2 weeks, Bow Hunt or Die. We'll be back with some more great hunting action.
in the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
I think you say that every day. Every day that I see you.
I feel a little pressure lately or something.
Well, because you were out getting your car washed for an hour and a half.
I was
Or you should have been working.
I was
So
at
you
the
wouldn't
hunt
feel
club
so
before you
stressed.
can get up in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.